so freaking good, man. Oh my god. Banana smoothies can be so freaking good. I'm so grateful that I get to have this epic meal every single day. People say like, what? Don't you get tired of bananas? Isn't it boring? If something is good, it doesn't get boring. If something gives you what you need, if something delivers in terms of calories, in terms of nutrients, and especially in terms of taste, if something is tasty, it doesn't get boring. Things like spaghetti and pizza, they don't deliver on all accounts. You know, they're tasty to some degree. Of course, they're quite tasty, but they don't fill you up physically. They're quite low in volume, very calorie dense, and they don't deliver in terms of nutrition perfectly. They don't give you all the nutrients you need, and most of all, they don't give you that sugar, which is why people go to desserts afterwards. You know, people eat something like a starch-based dinner or a high-fat meal especially. They always find themselves craving something sweet afterwards, and that's why people eat candy in the evenings, or ice cream, or dessert in general. So that should tell you already that the food isn't delivering in terms of on all accounts, since you require something sweet afterwards. Fruit, on the other hand, like bananas, like the smoothie that I just finished, that was just like epically good, it delivers on all accounts. The bananas deliver in terms of volume, they deliver in terms of calories, and of course they deliver in terms of nutrients. All the nutrients that are needed for human health are just there in the bananas. I wrote about this in the little banana book that I wrote a few months ago, all about buying, storing, ripening bananas, and also about the nutrients present in bananas. A lot of people think that fruit isn't nutritious on all accounts, but it is. It's nutritious across the board. Every single dietary nutrient needed for human health is there in every single fruit, including all the amino acids, essential fats, and all the micro and macronutrients. So no, banana smoothies, bananas, they don't get boring. As long as they're of fair quality and you eat enough of them, what's there to get bored of? It's just like, do you get bored of air? You know, we need air. As long as you get a good breath of air, you don't get bored of air. You need it every day, all the time. Same with fruit. You have certain needs that need to be met by the food you're eating, and if the food is meeting those needs, including the preference for taste and aroma and all these various gustatory factors, as long as it meets those needs, you're good. You need the same thing day after day after day. You won't really get bored. I've eaten mangoes for weeks on end, like nothing but mangoes. For a couple of weeks, I did one time in Thailand. I never got bored. Every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I looked forward to it, and I was excited about what I was eating, because the fruit was high quality, and it was sweet, and it was ripe, and it gave my body what it needed, those sugars, and all those other nutrients as well. So getting bored of food is really something that belongs to the old diet, you know? The crappy diet that we used to eat before. That's when you get bored of food. When the food is just bland unless you put a lot of salt and spices on it. When the food isn't really large volume. When the food isn't sweet. That kind of food gets boring quite quickly. And of course, the good thing about fruit is that although you don't really get bored of a single food, you might still want to eat something else, right? You get a desire for something else. That doesn't mean you're tired and bored of bananas, but you might desire something else for a while. And this is naturally taken care of by the seasonality of fruit. Fruit is seasonal. One fruit after the other comes into season depending on where you live. So nature is already taking care of it. You know, all we need to do is I recommend having bananas as your staple year round, having them for lunch every single day. I've done that for the last 5 years with a lot of success. And then other seasonal fruits might come in for breakfast or dinner or even for lunch. Mix it up a bit throughout the year. So that's all for today. Another banana video from here. I'm just so in love with the bananas nowadays. They're just so reliable, so sustainable. So good, so good. Eat your bananas, check out the banana book, and have an awesome day.